Hello everybody and a very good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome back to Crafters TV. In case you've forgotten, because I've not been here for absolutely ages, my name is Ben Moseby. It's lovely to be back, nice to be back in the Crafters TV fold. And what a day we've been. They're already starting in the gallery. Waldorf and Statler. It's like the two in the Muppets. It's like that am I here right now. Who's this guy? I don't know. Who's this guy? I don't remember him. Neither do I. Is it Ben Moseby? Yes, it's Ben Moseby. I don't like him. I don't like him either. Actually, he's quite good. He's my favourite. Whoa! Anyway, it's George and Jamie in the gallery. What was I saying? Yes, we have got a brilliant evening lined up for you. We've had a great day, actually. We had our bonus point craft vault a little bit earlier on. Now, we will be kind of rolling over some of those deals in this show that you might have missed out on. Some of the deals that we did have in that show, as we did kind of call, did sell out. However, some of those deals we will bring back to you if you haven't yet seen them. In this particular show, we have a brand new launch for you, which we're going to get right on into in just a few moments' time. It is your craft kit box number 55. That's been proving a real hot seller as far as the deals are concerned today. So we'll be featuring that very heavily. Also the new embroidery threading dies, which are amazing. First time I've seen those earlier. Those are going to be featuring. And we're going to be looking at this mystery bag. And I'll tell you more about that in just a few moments' time. But before we get into that, I feel like we should say hello to the lady who's my crafty partner in crime over the course of the next couple of hours. For those of you that weren't watching it earlier, Debbie wasn't feeling great. Nothing to worry about. She's got a bit of a cold, bit of a flu, so she thought she'd go home early. And in her place, stepping ably in, is the one and only, the lovely Lily Fletcher. First of all, lovely to see you and thank you for jumping in.
My pleasure. I mean, get well soon, Debbie. Sending lots of love your way, but of course, you know, I'm always more than happy to step in and join you guys for this fabulous launch party. With a stranger over on the other side of the studio, I've not seen this fella in about 10 years. I come in the studio this evening, I was like, who's this? Who am I doing the show with? Down of doing it with this Ben. I was like, who is this? And it's you! You're back! Finally. It's good to have you back. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of joking in our ears, I think, throughout the course of the show. So it's going to be a fun one. Make sure you do join us for the full 2 hours, last show of the day, and I'm super excited. Yeah,
it's really going to be great. And these two, Jamie and George, they are on one tonight.
I think our talkbacks might be being switched off. Let's be honest.
Whoa! No. There you go. There you go. But yeah, it's going to be a fab show. As always, you can get in touch and say hello to us. We've got Chloe on the socials this evening. So if you just want to say hello, if you want to let us know what you're up to, if there's anything particular that you want to see on the show, then do let us know. But already in, Kathy's in from Missouri. Stephen's in from a cold Andover. Stephen, did you get the card that I sent you? Hopefully you did, because I think I sent it last week. Let me know in the comments if you did. Corinne's in from Maui. Kimberly joins us from North Carolina. Hi to Karen, who's in from Kentucky, and Tammy from Massachusetts, and Beth from New York. Sam's in from up the road, and Rose is in as well, saying we're ready for another fun show. Hi to Kathy, who says, welcome back, Ben. Thank you. We've all missed you from your crafty friend in my favourite place in the US, Mechanicsburg. I mean, have you not?
No, wow, whereabouts?
PA, that's Pennsylvania. Philadelphia, isn't it? PA, Mechanicsburg.
Possibly. But
guys
wow,
are just quickly looking. I'm sure it is. Oh, it's Pennsylvania. I was right first time. But how cool of a place, Mechanicsburg.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Blimey.
We don't have anywhere near as cool as that here. And hi to Beth, who says, good to have you back. Lillian says, Ben's had his ready break. I have. And good evening, everyone, from a cold living room in Thornaby, says Kirsty. I'm hugging the radiator.
Oh, don't blame you.
It's my best friend. It's cold.
Not far away, and it's cold up here, I can tell you. Last night, went out for a run, -4. It was a cold one.
The other good point that you're here tonight, and you were saying earlier on, is that if you hadn't been here, you would have been running, wouldn't you? About
this time, actually. I usually go out just after 6 after I get in from work, so a lot warmer, a lot nicer to be crafting tonight. So it's lovely to have you guys as company at home as well. Super exciting show lined up, but nice and toasty. It's the weather to stay in and craft, let's be honest. Absolutely right.
Before we get onto the box, Lily's going to unbox up this mystery bag. I won't delve into it right now, but it was supposed to launch on this show as the Out of This World deal. Somebody not too far away decided to launch it this morning on Wake Up Call. So then, of course, I then had to follow suit and go, well, you've already seen it on Wake Up Call, for those of you who hadn't seen it. So I then showed you it on craft vault, and the item here, which was supposed to launch just now, is already limited stock. There's green on the screen, which means
it soon won't be seen.
yes. We have got less than 50 of these. Can you believe it?
Ooh.
Yeah. So you're going to have to be super quick. Worth £135, $174. I'll delve into it in full detail later. That's your saving. There's your platinum price. Do not miss out. If you've been thinking about buying it, now is the time to do it because it will disappear. But onto the brand new craft kit. 2 of launches have been away. That tells you how long I've been away for. When we left, I was on box 53, but we're now on 55.
Wow.
And it's proved very, very popular today. It's your monthly craft kit. It's the Grande Floral Swirl Dies. 170 elements in here, and as always, brilliantly priced. So just $24.99 or $29.95. Platinum brings that down even further for you to £19.99 or $23.96, and you'll get 50 bonus points with the kit as well. Those of you who've bought the previous 54 will be buying this. We've had this chat earlier on. Those of you who maybe are quite new to these are buying them for the value for money. And as much as these always tell you the minimum amount of cards that they'll make, that's only kind of letting you know the amount of card blanks and envelopes that you've got in here, because if you look after the hardware that's within the box, you will be using these forever. But let's dive on in and delve into the box. I was saying to Debbie earlier on, Lily, like bang for buck, value for money, these craft kits are just some of the best value items that we do at Crafters Companion, aren't they?
Absolutely, you cannot beat the value in these boxes. I'll be honest, I remember the first craft kit I ever got when I started working at Crafters Companion. I think it was 43, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember the first time I opened it up, like you're going to do when you get this brand new number 55 box home. And I was sort of like, I can't believe how much I am getting in here, but also I cannot believe how fabulously, gorgeously, professionally presented everything is. So first of all, you open up your box, you've got a message from Sarah, which is fabulous, but even better, the fact that it's going to take you, it's going to give you that link. That's going to take you to our specific website we've got for all of our craft kits, and that's packed full of inspiration. So every single month, it's usually Craig or it might be one of our other craft experts. They film several videos giving you inspiration for use with this box. So first up, straight off the bat, you've got some inspirational images on the front, but if you want even more inspiration, then make sure you check out that website and watch those tutorial videos. So amazing for beginners. I mean, this tissue paper, wow. Gorgeous, fabulous for a gift, just presented so beautifully. And when you open yours up, what you'll get in your box, I mean, ours has been used and abused a little bit. All the different elements will be in separate envelopes, and we had this discussion on Wake Up Call this morning. Us crafters, we don't throw these away.
I don't use them, right?
No, of course, pattern paper.
Yeah.
And it's gorgeous quality. Every single detail is being taken care of in this box. Everything is absolutely fabulous quality. I mean, the tissue paper, the envelopes, everything is wrapped individually. So if you actually even want to split this up into several different gifts, you can do that.
Nice idea.
We've had some people emailing this morning to say that they actually keep the envelopes and use those as envelopes to store other items in. Fabulous for that as well. So amazing to get all that presentation included too. But the bit that's really exciting is the craftable elements. What are you going to make with this box? Well, this is all centered around these floral swirl dies, and we actually get 2 included within the kit. They're just under 6 inches in height. They will fit through your Gemini Mini and machine and upwards. Obviously, like Debbie was saying earlier, you're limited by the size of cardstock that you're cutting into. So for example, if you're cutting into a piece of 8x8 cardstock, you'd need your A4 machine, but the dies themselves will fit through your Gemini Mini. Gorgeous swirly designs on those, really intricate in detail, and like we were saying earlier, great for snipping into as well. And then we've got some of our sentiment stamps, and I say it time and time again, but I think our sentiment stamps within these craft kits are some of the most useful sentiments that you have in your crafty stash. I know I go to mine time and time again, not just for use with this particular craft kit, but just in my day-to-day crafting. Gorgeous swirly font in there, something really opulent and regal with the font, which is going to match with the design of the dies as well. So lovely to get those 4 clear stamps included. And then we've got all of the papers and the cardstock. Now everything is designed to work together absolutely perfectly. So you can see that we've got these sort of damask, very opulent, very regal, those jewel tones in your papers, 8x8 inch size. and you get 12 different sheets of those, and you will get a complete set. We promise. I won't have stolen any of yours, much as I might like to have delved into all of the boxes. I promise I won't. But then to match with your pattern papers, you also get your solid colour cardstock. So the tones have been specifically chosen to complement those pattern papers, so everything's working together beautifully. And then, as if that wasn't enough, we're actually including 12 sheets of your mirror card, so 6 of the silver, 6 of the gold, again 8 by 8 inches in size. Works fabulously with all the sorts of colour tones we've got in the cardstock and the papers, so that everything is going to have that really opulent finish. And then it's sort of what I always call the crowning glory in these craft kits, and I've not even mentioned the fact that you get 12 4 by 6 inch card blanks and envelopes, 300 GSM for the card bases, so really good quality on those. We get our ribbon, we get 3 different sort of finishes, so we get our 2 organzas and then our one almost like a holographic iridescent sort of finish. Absolutely stunning, that ribbon. But 3 different widths of each of the 3 different finishes, so 9 ribbons to get playing with straight away. And then finally, I am a little bit of a gem addict. I love anything sparkly and glittery and shiny, and these gems are gorgeous. You get 3 different finishes, almost like what I'd call a classic gem, your silvery clear type gem. Then the other 2 are almost like studs. That's how Debbie was describing them
That's
earlier.
What she said earlier. I thought she called me a stud, but she was talking about the gems.
She might have meant both, we're not quite sure, but you get your gold and your silver to complement those mirror cards, and then, like I say, you're getting 3 different sizes of each, so something for every size and style of project. Wow. So much contained within the craft kit. Your dies, your stamps, your papers, your cardstock, your ribbon, your gems, your envelopes, all presented in the most fabulous quality box. Brilliant as a gift, but you'll know if you've ever bought any of our craft kits before, you know you have to get the latest one. You know the quality is absolutely stunning. You know you're going to absolutely need to add this to your crafty stash.
Yeah, and it was amazing actually to find out in the last show how many of you have got the previous 54, so you're not going to get to 54 and stop, are you not?
No.
So get this next one. And again, you know, a great way to get everything you need within one box to try a bit of crafting. You know, maybe you're fairly new to it and you don't want to have a big outlay of cash first up. This is a great way to go because you get everything contained within that box. Hi to Karen, who says, hi Ben and Lily. Hello, nice to see you back, Ben. I did enjoy seeing you and Sarah in Guildford. It was a good night in Guildford, wasn't it? We had a lot of fun. Chrissy says, good evening all. It's a really cold night in Darlington. I've got my blanket and a hot water bottle ready to watch.
Like my sort of girl, you know, I love a hot water bottle.
Love a hottie.
Love a hot water bottle.
She says, I've already bought kit 55 this afternoon, so you can sit back and enjoy. Sue says, I love your jumper with the moving fire flames. I'm warm this evening. I'm nice and toasty warm. Barbara says, is your sweater on fire? This sweater's on fire. Chrissy says, hee. I bought the mystery bag this afternoon. Phew, glad I did. Less than 40 chances to go on the mystery bag, by the way, which we will delve into a little bit later on. But this is the order of the day right now. The brand new monthly craft kit, £19.99 or $23.96. That is your platinum price. With your bonus points as well, don't forget 50 bonus points. As much as we've been talking about the craft vault earlier on with all the bonus points on, you can still pick up some of those deals if you head to the website. This has also got 50 bonus points on. Worth bearing in mind as well, I know a lot of you shopping via the Shop the Show or Shop the Day page. Do make sure you browse the web today as well, because it is £10 Tuesday, $10 Tuesday. So there's a brilliant section on the website right now with some great deals for £10, $10. And of course, you've still got your discount on top of those prices as well. Some really, really nice deals tonight on those. And you've only got up until the end of the day today to do that, because of course tomorrow is Wednesday. I know, shock horror that, isn't it? Tuesday, then Wednesday. Right, we are off and away. Anything that you want to ask, do let us know. Anything you want to see particularly, do let us know. We'll do our very best to help you. But let's dive on in, because I know Lily's got lots of demos up her sleeve this evening. First one, I guess, is going to be with the box.
Of course, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we have to kick off with the fabulous new launch that we're bringing you today. And yes, I was a little bit naughty of sneak peeking it on this morning's wake up call, but it had to be done. And a lot of you guys at home actually took advantage and got in there early, which is great, because you know that you've secured yours and it's going to be on its way to you very soon. So we're going to start with one of the dies that we've got within the craft kit. Like I've shown earlier, we do have 2 different dies, very complementary in design, but they both offer something different. So they'll work together perfectly, but by having 2, you've got options of mixing and matching those designs very easily. I'm going to go for this one, the one that's got 2 different flowers on. And I've got a piece of the silver mirror card. Of course, like we've seen when we did a little unboxing earlier, that is included, that mirror card is included within your craft kit, which I think is absolutely fabulous.
We were talking earlier saying, I can't think of another craft kit where we've had mirror card, did it?
I can't think of any. I'll be honest, I was saying this to Debbie earlier. When I got my box home for the first time, I was going through it and I thought they'd added in the mirror card as like a little thing for me, just, you know, for when you're doing your samples, you'll probably want some mirror card.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I realised it was actually included. I was like, wow, because I can't think of another time that we've had the mirror card.
No, I can't.
And the fact that you get the pattern paper, the coloured cardstock and the mirror card, even better. So all we've done is we've run that through our Gemini machine, and like we were saying earlier, any size of Gemini these will fit through, and obviously we just used a little scrap of cardstock, so this size of card would have fit through my Gemini Mini really easily. So perhaps you're crafting on an evening, maybe with your hot water bottle, maybe in front of the telly. I know what I'll be doing when I get home. I'll be straight in the craft room with a hot water bottle.
Do you still have a hot water bottle? Because a lot of people now have those, they're like with, what are they like? You get little teddies and stuff with the, you get little teddies with the beads in, and you put them in the microwave.
I don't think they're as good. I'm a hot water bottle girl. I won't be converted.
Oh, are you?
Old school.
Old school, George just said. You are old school with your hot tea.
And I'll tell you a funny thing as well. You probably won't be surprised by this, but you know, I'm a purple crafter through and through. You know, I love my crafter's companion. Of course, when I moved up here and joined the team, I actually went out and bought a purple hot water bottle. So I even have a purple Crafter's Companion hot water bottle.
I thought you were going to tell me that you, the water you put in it, you put like a purple dye in the water as well.
That's the
to
sort
make
of thing
sure that
I'd do.
everything was purple.
Purple to the core. Oh dear, what am I like?
What are you like?
What am I like? I'm turning to Debbie Robinson. You can tell I've been working with her. Dear, oh dear. So I've cut that through, one pass through the machine, and look at that gorgeous delicate detail we've got in there through your mirror card, a speciality cardstock. I mean, a lot of people think, oh, you know, mirror card can be hard to cut. Absolutely not with this die, quality cardstock and quality machine is going to give you that precise cut every single time. We're going to leave that to one side for just a moment. We'll come back to that a little bit later. And what I've got is I've got a piece of that gorgeous pattern paper from our craft kit, cut down to size. It is measuring about 2.5 inches by about 5.5. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring this die back in, the same one that we just cut out of mirror card. Now we're going to do, it doesn't matter which way you use these, horizontal, vertical, that side on the left, that side on the left, it really does not matter at all. They work either way. But what we're going to do is we're going to take our low tack tape, we're going to lay this down onto our piece of cardstock, and we're going to cut it sort of half in, half out. Don't worry too much about where you're positioning it. It's completely up to you exactly where you want to lay that. But I think I'm going to go for about there, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to tape that into position, and we're going to run that through our die cutting machine. Now we do always say, and you'll hear all of us craft experts here at Crafters TV say this, whenever you're taping down your dies, try and tape on the waist. Unfortunately for this instance, that's not possible, but we should be absolutely fine with the quality of the papers within this kit. Just going to need to take a little bit of care when we remove our low tack tape. But of course we are using our low tack tape, Crafter's Companion, purple through and through. You'll find our low tack tape on the website. So all we've done is we've run that through. We're just going to pop those little pieces out of the die, nice and easy to do. And what we've got, traditionally you might think, oh, the die slipped, you know, I've got sort of half a die cut. You could still be using this very, very easily. I'm not actually going to use it on this project, but just to show you, you can actually snip into this. So you don't have to worry the fact that we've got half a die cut, just a few clever snips, snipping into the design. All I'm doing is I'm just following that design round using some of my precision scissors, which of course you'll find on the website. I was waxing lyrical about these on Friday. I usually am waxing lyrical about something craft-wise, but you will find those on the website if you don't already have a set, or 2 or 3 or 4 or however many you need. Let's be honest, we have lots of scissors. But very easy to get into the detail. You can see just snipping that out so we can use that for another project once we've actually popped the pieces out. And what we're going to do is we're just going to pop our waste in the bin. You can see one pass through the machine, perfect cut every single time. And what we've got here is we've got sort of that top part of the design, just like so. And all we're going to do is going to bring in a piece of cardstock. So again, this is from our craft kit. And we're going to take this piece that we've just cut using that top part of the die. We're just going to stick this down into position. So I'm going to use, so many choices with glue. I think I'm going to use a little bit of my tape runner for this top bit, just my solid tape runner, with there being that solid piece of cardstock there. And then for that lower section where we've got those little tendrils, we want to take a little bit more care. We want to make sure that we've stuck them down nice and neatly, so they're not sort of flapping about and could potentially snag perhaps on the envelope when we send this through the mail or anything like that. So we're going to add a little bit of our tacky glue. Using the tacky glue in the fine tip applicator allows us to get into that detail really quite easily. And all we're going to do is going to line this up so there's an even distance left and right and top like so, and add that onto there. Then we're going to bring back in our die cut that we die cut first.
Oh, nice.
You can see we're just going to add a little bit of tacky glue. It could be a dotty tape pen. Me and Debbie were having this discussion earlier. She is a dotty tape pen girl through and through. Yeah. I tend to use my tacky glue a lot of the time. Okay. But like I say, I do love my tape pens as well. Just depends what sort of crafty mood I'm in, I suppose. Yeah. And all I'm doing is I'm adding glue just to that floral section there, not on the swirls, not on any of the surrounding design. Then all I do is I've got a piece of white multi-purpose card back in stock on the website. So if you've not stocked up, I mean, I've got a pack to take home. Oh, see, you need to give it a little bit more time to grab. So the thing about tacky glue is you've got to give it a moment to grab because you've got that little bit of wiggle room. The thing with dotty tape pens is that it will grab instantly. Yeah. So if you're not confident in terms of positioning first time, then your tacky glue is definitely a good one. But if you need that instant grab, then your dotty tape pen is the one to go for.
Are all the tape pens still in stock?
No, only the normal. We do have the normal on the shop. The
dotties have gone?
They've gone. Yeah, they went ages ago. You can tell you've been gone a while.
They only came back in stock just before I left.
I know.
They've gone again.
I know. Scary, isn't it? But they've gone. So anyway, we're using tacky glue, and all we're doing is we're just undercutting just around the edge of where we've stuck our white cardstock behind. We're just cutting ever so slightly under that edge of the die cut to make sure that we don't have any of that white cardstock showing at the edge. And we're just going around using that small pair of scissors. I won't wax lyrical about them this time. Just make sure you've got your pair, because it's really useful when we're fussy cutting like this. Turning the cardstock, keeping your scissors at an angle so you can just slide it under that piece that we've got die cut, going around that image, and that will give us almost like that faux paper piece effect to our die cut. And it just means when we add it onto our teal, it makes that design pop an awful lot more. And all I've done is I've gone ahead and I've done exactly the same for the other flower as well. So the same technique, just repeated onto that other flower. And then that's going to be our embellishment that we're going to stick onto the base that we've die cut into. So what we're going to do is I think we'll have a little bit of tape runner onto the flowers. You could be using some of your 3D adhesive onto here if you just added a piece behind the flowers and left the swirly sort of tendrils sort of flying free a little bit, but just for a little bit more security, I'm going to stick it down flat so that I can get some of my tacky glue onto those swirly bits. So just going round, dotting the glue onto there, just to make sure that there's enough. Don't have to totally cover that whole die cut, but just enough so it's going to anchor it into position. You could of course be using these with your double-sided adhesive sheets if you find that easier. So just pop one of those onto the back with your die cut, and that will give you almost like a sticker, which will mean it's really quick and easy to adhere. Great as well if you're crafting with children and you don't want all the, let's be honest, when we craft with kids, we do get into quite a gluey mess. I'm sure you will appreciate.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's easy to get glue everywhere. So if you're wanting that mess sort of minimised, then brilliant to be going for your double-sided sheets, or even your Xyron if you prefer. So we're just going to burnish that down. Something that Debbie, you'll see Debbie do a lot is she'll use her scoring tool, sort of the handle, to burnish things down. And that's a great way of making sure you've got all the pieces well adhered onto there. And that's the start of our topper. But we're going to bring in our card base now. And like we showed earlier, you do get all of your card blanks included in the collection. 4 by 6 inches in size, and all I've done is I've taken 2 of those, and on this first one I've scored at halfway on one side, so that's at 2 inches. Oh, I might be out of tape runner, let's hope not. And then all I've done, how we're going again, is I'm going to add some of our tape runner just to that bottom section, so none on there and none on there. Take another of the card bases, cut it in half, so that gives us a 4 by 6 inches piece. I'm going to stick that onto that lower edge, and this is going to create an easel card. Very easel, very easel,
very easel,
very easel to do.
Peasel.
Oh, it's a Ben joke, that, isn't it? Blimey. And then that's going to form our card base nice and easily. And then we're going to bring back in our topper that we've just popped together. Again, a little bit of our tape runner on the back. You could be using a 3D adhesive, some of your foam if you want this to stand proud, but just for a nice quick make, we're going to use our tape runner. We're going to have the pattern at the top. It would work equally well the other way, so completely up to you which orientation you prefer to add that onto. And then stick that down just like so. In order to keep that design flowing from the top of the card base to the bottom, we've got another piece of that same pattern paper, of course, all included in your craft kit, so you're not having to look elsewhere in your crafty stash for any of your pattern papers.
Yeah.
Tones beautifully. That's not plain, so let's just go with the dotty one, just for speed. Everything's going to work together colour-wise, so we're going to mat this onto that same blue cardstock. It's a lovely tealy sort of colour, I'd say, this one. Mat that onto there. I always cut my mats and layers to a 1/4 inch increments. It just gives you that nice fine mat and layer for a really elegant finish, which works so perfectly with this
Your
sort of
tape
designs.
pens are not playing ball tonight, are they?
I'm never good with tape pens on air. I always end up having a naughty tape pen. It's probably me. So I'm going for the dotty. I might use my all-purpose for the next demo, but just for speed, we'll go in with that. I'm going to stick that onto our base, just checking that the design is going the same way up. That's the right way. And that's going to go onto the base of our easel card, like so. And then obviously with it being an easel, we need a stopper. So what I've done is I've taken one of the stamps within the collection. I've stamped it using one of our quick dry inks. I believe that is Lagoon. Lagoon, Parakeet or Oasis will work perfectly with this sort of colour tones that we've got in here. Matting it onto that same teal cardstock, and again to keep that design flowing throughout the whole card, we're going to mat it once more onto our silver mirror. Just brings the silver that we've got in that die cut at the top of the card from the top down to the base like so. And then obviously with it being a stopper for an easel card, we need some dimension onto that stopper just to stop the card from sort of falling flat. So a couple of foam pads onto the back of there will do the job just nicely. And I always say it's completely up to you, sort of how upright you choose to have your easel card. Depends where you place your stopper, so I think I'm going to pop mine about there. And then obviously within the collection we get all the lovely embellishments included as well. So I'm going to bring in one of our lovely, some of our ribbon that I've tied into a bow. Nice and easy to do. You can actually do that on your Ultimate Pro. You've got your inbuilt bow maker on there, so nice and easily you can tie your own ribbon bows. I'm going to add that onto that top left hand corner like so. But then for a little bit of balance, we've got that detail on the top left. For that detail down on the bottom right, we've got to bring in some of these gorgeous gems. I love the fact that we get the 3 different finishes and the 3 different sizes of each. They're going to set off your designs absolutely perfectly. So I'm going to start.
Can you still colour the clear ones?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, of course you can. Bring out all your alcohol-based markers, any of your Spectrum Raw Classiques, your Tri-Blends, your Illustrators. Any of them will work to colour those in if you want to colour match them to your papers a little bit more. So we're starting off with a larger one, then we're going to have the medium size, and then at the very end we're going to have that smaller gem, just for that little bit of balance. But how quick and easy was it to create your own cards using that craft kit? Basically everything that we've used is contained within that kit. So great if you're a new crafter, or great if you want a nice make. Such a classy little kit for, I say little, over 170 elements, so much within there, but great fun to get crafting with.
I just remembered as well, sorry, I'm getting back into doing this gig. We do demo the show, don't we?
Yeah.
And then demo of the day.
Blimey, you've been here for a long, been off for a long old time, haven't you?
No, I think it was what it was because we didn't do one in Craft Vault, did we? So we kind of forgot about it.
Excuses.
Beautiful card, says Jackie Deschamps.
Thank you.
Sam McDonald says, absolutely stunning, Lily. And Kathy says, beautiful card, Lily. What's a beautiful card? We'll have a look at the boards again in just a second so you see everything you're going to get. Michelle Parsons says, the paper in this sub box is gorgeous. I wish there was a full pad of them. Kim says, the tip to turn the cardstock when fussy cutting has helped me not dislike fussy cutting anymore. It also helps to use the proper size scissors too.
honestly, scissors are so important. You need the complete set. You need the 9, the 6 and the precision scissors. It makes a world of difference, and that comes from a fussy cutting addict, quite frankly.
Hi to Anne-Marie, who says, great to see you back and lovely to have Lily demonstrating. Karen Carter says, my heated blanket turned up today. I'll still have a hot water bottle too.
See, I've not got on the heated blanket wagon yet. Do I need to?
I don't know.
Answers on a postcard, please.
I see, we had electric blankets. We don't have ours on anymore, but I remember when I was young, my mum or dad would put a hot water bottle in our bed before we got into bed at night.
Yes, my mum used to do that.
To sort of heat up. And there was something a bit, I don't know, something a bit more, what's the word? It was almost nicer just to have like the hot water bottle there, but then as soon as you get an electric blanket, you sort of take it for granted a little bit, really, I think.
Maybe not then.
But hot water bottles or electric blankets?
Or both.
Or maybe not both.
I'll be roasting.
Can you imagine? And then one of those little microwavable beanbaggy things in there too. Then you'll be absolutely toasty. Aloha, says Corinne. To all my crafty friends, hope you're having a warm and cosy day. Tracy says, loving your sweater, Ben. That little fireplace is great. I'm warm this evening. That is true. And Rhonda says, Ben, your belly is on fire. What belly?
What have you been eating?
Huh?
What have you been eating?
I don't know. Probably the curry I had earlier on. Let's have a quick look. So everything that you're going to get in this kit again, all of your, well actually I'll show you the dies first of all, probably the best thing to do. So you're going to get those beautiful dies in there. And again, you've seen how easy it is to create with these. I think there's a stunning demo from Lily just there, but those are the dies that you're getting within the box. There we go, details on the screen now for you. So again, you look after these, you've got these forever really, haven't you? And you can obviously then use the other cardstock and papers that you've got within your craft room to get working with those. Alongside that, don't forget, as you would normally see in our craft kits, you're going to get your selection of your coloured cardstock. So all of the colours in there obviously are going to complement all of the beautiful papers that you're getting in this kit as well. It's 12 sheets of each, all complementary, all working very beautifully. And that's where you kind of normally think to yourself, well, that's what I always get within these kits. Great value for money. But we then throw into the mix this time around your mirror cardstock as well. So you've got that in the gold and the silver. And I think, again, you're going to get 12 sheets of that included.
Yeah. 250 GSM.
Which is amazing. Also, you've got your stamps in there too. So your stamps and your dies you can keep forever. Things like many happy returns. So very happy for you and thank you so much. On top of all of that, you've got those amazing adhesive gems in there. And then like those sort of studs that you've got in there as well in the gold and the silver and the clear. So if you want to colour these, you can do. And then the ribbon, absolutely gorgeous. Once again, we bring you that in 3 different sizes. So the gold and the silver, and then that sort of like iridescent, almost sort of aurora borealis sort of design to the 3rd ribbon that you've got within that box. You get all of your cards and envelopes in there as well. So 12 cards, 12 envelopes, 4x6 size. So again, minimum amount of cards you'll create in here with the card blanks is 12, but again, you think about all the papers that you've got, think about the fact that you'll look after the dies and the stamps, take these elsewhere after you've finished with the box. You'll be using these forever and ever and ever. £19.99 or $23.96 is the price on that. Lots of people picking that one up today, and 50 bonus points as well, don't forget, on that craft kit, box 55. Now, seems silly to say because we're only, well, just over a quarter of the way through the show. The mystery bag that we have here, which was supposed to be launching as your Out of This World deal, is limited stock. There's green on the screen, which means
it soon won't be seen.
Oh, they all did it there. So, £135, $174 worth of value. Look at the saving that you make. Look at the platinum price. It is absolutely ridiculous. And here's a couple of things to mention. First thing is, and you will see this, if you're thinking to yourself, well, okay, Sarah Signature mystery bag, I bet it's kind of, you know, Sarah Signature ranges from years gone by. They're not going to have put kind of new items in here, certainly not items from the last year or so. You're wrong on that front because we have. And just to prove you the value for money on this, the first 3 items I'm about to show you is the value of the bag, and then everything else I show you after that kind of works out like you're getting for free, and this is why it's almost sold out. So, Country Lane, one of the most popular launches of the year. You're going to get the 20 sheets of your luxury linen cardstock included in there. That's the first item that you're paying for. You're then going to get your 36 double-sided sheets of the Dancing Dragonflies, 36 double-sided sheets in the 6x6. That's what you're also paying for, and then this beautiful die set. So it is your water lily frame, comes with your 2 little dragonflies included in there as well. So it's about 5.5 by 5.5, that size. Those 3 items there, that's the value of your bag. That's the value right there. That's what you're paying for. Everything else I'm about to show you, it's like you're getting it for free. And this really is bonkers. We've got, I think, is it less than 40 of these remaining now? Okay, scrap that. We've got less than 30 of these remaining now. Look what you're going to get. So this beautiful mystical frame set from your Enchanted Dreams collection. Just again to prove how bang up to date we are, from Frosty and Bright, that gorgeous Christmas tree 3D embossing folder, you're getting that for free. Also for free, from the Vintage Butterflies collection, you're getting these beautiful stamps. So you've got a lovely selection of different sentiments in here. There's 13 in total. Garden Party, we've got stencils in there as well. This one is your delicate doilies, 6x6 size as well, that one. Next up, another 3D embossing folder. This one comes from the Vintage Butterflies collection, and that's in flight. All of this for free, but I'm nowhere near finished because we're also going to give you embossing folders from the watercolour Christmas collection. These are those sort of thinner embossing folders, going to be perfect to put through things like your mini if you've got one of those. And again, from one of the most popular Christmas collections that we launched last year, Garden Party collection. We've got that rosette die in there, which is always super popular, the beautiful rosette. Less than 20 of these remaining now. We've got the Build Your Own Snowman collection from Watercolour Christmas. Also from last year, one of my absolute fave Christmas collections we've done, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. That is your Santa stamp set. It's called St. Nicholas. Also in this set, from the Dancing Dragonflies collection, you've got that beautiful ornate bridge die set. This is going to disappear. By the way, we're going to give you a chance to check out in a second. I doubt we'll have these in stock when we come back after the break. Abstract Splash stencil from your Enchanted Dreams collection. You've got another beautiful die from the Frosty and Bright set, and just to prove that we can bring things bang up to date, we've also popped in a die set from the Say It With Flowers collection. Everything I've just shown you there, all of these goodies, you're not paying for a single one of these items, which is absolutely ridiculous. And you get that on top, of course, as well. The value for money is insane here. That's why this is going to sell out. We have got less than 20 of these remaining now. £28, $36. If this is in your basket, it needs to be checked out because we're going to have people miss out. It's
Check out or miss out.
It's a case again, Lily, isn't it? I mean, as a crafter, you want to, even if you've got some of the items in this bag, you buy it anyway.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking gifts. I was looking at that this morning. Me and Debbie were looking at each other thinking, are you really getting all this? It is unbelievable value for money. I do have some of the items in there, but quite frankly, I don't mind when I'm paying that price.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the items I've got, the few of them that I do already have. I'll be gifting them. Perfect for your Secret Santas. I think you've got, what, about 15 gifts in there. Amazing value. You've got to snap that up. Incredible, but not many left. Check out or miss out.
Well, it works out $175 an item if you're platinum, and
That's
that is
crazy. Think of that cardstock, 20 sheets of premium quality linen cardstock, $175.
laughable
daft
almost.
to turn it down, quite frankly.
Let me tell you, there are 16 of these available now. We are going to give you a break to give you a chance to check out. People are going to miss out on this bag because there's more than 16 of you wanting it. I can tell you that much for nothing. Head to the checkouts. This needs to be checked out as a matter of urgency. When we come back, we've got lots more demos for you. Loads more of your comments coming through as well. But head to the checkout and we'll come back in about 3 or 4 minutes' time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
My name's Michelle and I am the newest craft expert. My crafting journey began just after I had my daughter Alice, so she's 14 now. Long story short, I suffered with postnatal depression. My husband sort of noticed, took me to the doctors, and of all things, the doctor suggested colouring. Said it's so mindful, really helps. So anyway, my husband had noticed that I discovered the craft channels. Went out one day, came home with an amazing little craft kit for me, and that is where my addiction began. But one of my main inspirations is actually going onto our pages on Facebook, Instagram, and seeing what everyone else is making with the same stuff that we're making. As cheesy as it's going to sound, Debbie Robinson, Debbie Fisher, those are two of the main people that I watched a lot of. They are all so inspirational. Okay, so I absolutely love everyone that I work with. I don't have a lot of juicy gossip that I can share, but I will say Debbie Robinson is exactly what you see on screen. She is a laugh a minute. She is exactly what you see. So, you know, you think, oh, did they put it on for the camera? They don't. Debbie Robinson is definitely Debbie Robinson. And I love her, and she really does say all the time, "Ee, what am I like?" So other than crafting, I just love being at home with my family. I know that sounds cheesy, but my husband is the most amazing support for me. My kids are fantastically weird, odd, crazy, but perfect. But at the minute, I'm very focused on my health, so I'm exercising a lot. So I would say, other than craft, which takes up 23.5 hours a day, that my health and lifestyle, I think you would say. So I've had a few cards published in a couple of magazines as designer for the day. So that was sort of a really big deal for me. I loved it. And then I got accepted onto the Crafters Companion design team. Oh my God, the whole world could hear me scream with excitement. And then I got the call to come up and try out for this job. It is by far the most amazing, exciting thing I have ever done. And it's been life-changing.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through. It's so funny to kind of read through comments from like a few minutes ago, because I kind of forget what we were chatting about, but obviously we were talking about hot water bottles. Jackie says, me and my husband still use our hot water bottles. They are very comforting. Here's something.
Yeah. I have to say.
Julie says, price of electricity, I'd go for a hot water bottle.
Yeah. Thanks for the tip. I think I'll be following that one for sure.
Yeah. Barbara says, I use a microwavable beanbag to keep my kittens warm.
Oh.
Aww. Spoilt kittens, but they're worth it, aren't they? Crafty Stacey Lee says, hi Ben, it was so amazing to see you in Bradford the other week with Sarah. It was an amazing night. It was amazing to see you as well. It was lovely. We had a lovely gig in Bradford. It was fun. Debbie says, I have a small electric blanket, but I can just say, I won't say the word. Oh no, I will, because it'll be funny. Alexa, it's cold in here. And then I get a response, sorry to hear that. Let me take care of that. I love the AI units in the house. So Alexa turns on your electric blanket.
Wow.
That is.
If there's anything that's going to get me to buy one of them sort of funny voice things, that would be it.
Have you not got one?
Oh gosh, no.
Ah.
I'm all on turning the radio on, let alone having a voice thing. Oh, blah, oh no.
Oh, I've got a few of them now. Very rarely, even to the point where I'm so lazy, you've got remote control for the TV.
Yeah.
I can't even bother to go
oh dear.
that anymore. I get Alexa to do it.
Oh dear.
She doesn't change the channel. She turns it on and off. So if I'm reclined on the sofa and I think I'll watch a bit of TV, I'm not going to stretch to there where I can just go turn the TV on, am I? You know.
Wow. Wow.
Height of laziness.
Yep.
George just gone, Alexa, get me a beer. That's Oh dear.
dear.
Lorraine says, I always put a blanket down on the sheets before I get in. It helps.
It does.
And then a few other comments. Gwenda's saying, I was going to skip box 55, but I've been wanting that die. So I went to my HSN subscription manager and changed it back to receive. Nice. Ordered the mystery bag this morning, says Debbie, and used a birthday discount that I still hadn't used.
Oh, nice.
So it made it $16.
Fabulous.
Rhonda says, Ben, your fireplace needs stoking.
Relight my fire, please.
It has. I'll tend to that in just a few moments' time. See, I haven't put any more wood in it recently, so that's why it's gone out. I'll have to sort it out in just a second.
Belly cam.
Huh?
Belly cam.
Belly cam. I'll just see if I can, hang on a minute, I'll just see if I can just get it going again with a... No. I'll sort it in a sec. Super excited to test current. The Craig mystery bags are being delivered today, and somehow the Sarah mystery bag has fallen into my cart today.
Oh, no.
And Zoe says, I don't have Alexa, I have a husband who turns the electric blanket on.
Oh, I don't have either of those, so there we go.
£10 Tuesday, just a quick look at a couple of the items which are proving very popular. First, you can see all of these on the website, by the way. First is the tag punch. £10 Tuesday, can you believe? So that allows you to make your 3 different size tags, your 1.5, 2, 2.5 inch tags. I mean, perfect for this time of year, but you need tags on all sorts, really, don't you? And that is available as a £10 Tuesday deal. That's proving very popular, we know, and also proving super duper popular is the Garden Gnomes paper pad. This is on the £10 Tuesday deal for you as well. 36 double-sided sheets, 12 by 12. It's one of my favourite pads. A, for the fact that you get these beautiful 6x6 scenes in the back, but I just love, as much as there are kind of toadstools in here and a few gnomey bits and pieces, a lot of the papers in here you can use outside of anything gnomey. And I just love the fact that it's so bright, it's so fun, it's so not this time of year. And I think it's the kind of paper pad, Lily, you'll probably agree with me, that you'll come to, January, February time when you're looking for bright colours to kind of have fun with, to get out of that sort of wintry season.
Absolutely. I have to say, I'm finding that I'm using that particular paper pad an awful lot at the moment. And it is, like you say, I'm sort of craving that sunshine.
Yeah.
I'm bringing the sunshine and the warmth into my craft room. It might be snowing outside, but when you've got beautiful colours, beautiful spring and summer designs like you've got in that paper pad, it is absolutely stunning to craft with. And like I say, it'll bring a touch of sunshine into your craft room. And I love the fact that you've got those scenes at the back as well.
Yeah, they're fun.
Brilliant for use with any of your other different guides and stamps that you might have in your collection. Any character stamps, maybe you've got Lee Holland, Connie Fong stamps that you want to pop onto there. Anytime that you need that background, that scene setter, then that paper pad's going to be your absolute go-to. Love that.
Just to say also, you might be thinking to yourself, with the fact that we're doing this on £10 Tuesday, it might be limited to 1, 2 per customer. Fill your boots. Fill your boots, because that will not be that price tomorrow. Also, just to bear in mind, something that we haven't really touched on the shows yet, which I know is proving really popular, is our luxury cardstock collection, 200 sheet collection with a 30% saving and with 30 bonus points as well. $23.94 is what you save, or $32.70. So that platinum price comes down to $33.60 or $49.60. What you've got in here is your Carnival Luxury Glitter Sock. So you've got 10 sheets of your glitter card, 10 of your adhesive glitter, 10 matte mirror, and 10 of your mirror card included in there as well. That's your... I feel like I want to open that up, but I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble.
Do it. There's no one here to tell us off.
Huh?
No one here to tell us off. Tracy's just gone to make a cuppa, you'll be all right. Do it. And I must say, all of the cardstock that you're getting within that collection are going to work perfectly with that new craft kit.
Oh,
so
nice
if you want
idea.
to sort of make that kit go even further, perhaps you've used up that cardstock within the kit and you want to get crafting with those dies and you're thinking, what sort of cardstocks are going to work? That collection is perfect because you've got those really opulent jewel tones included. Oh, that purple, gorgeous. Wow, look at that. And I love the fact you get all the different finishes as well.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, that's nice. It's definitely an ooh and an ah into this one.
And then
Ooh, shiny.
Shiny. Oh, it's great. Oh, I love that.
Oh, that's nice.
Sorry, the guys. The blue's gorgeous
the blue's
as well.
Gorgeous. I mean, all of them. How opulent. Fabulous.
And you got
how
a set.
well. That green. I mean, I wouldn't have put myself down as a green fan, but that green is absolutely stunning.
Stunning.
Wow. And that's just one set you're getting within the whole collection.
That's your carnival.
Amazing.
So that is 40 sheets. Then you're going to get sets of our green. So again, there you're going to get 10 sheets of your
Glitter.
Glitter, thank you.
That's
10
the
sheets of your matte mirror. 10 sheets of your mirror. And again, you'll get that in your ice blue. You'll also get that in your purple. You'll also get that in your silver. I'm having a real problem with my colours today. And then you're also getting your metallics included in here as well. So that's 200, yeah, that is, isn't it? 200 sheets you're getting in total there.
Amazing
For 33
value.
quid.
Incredible value, isn't it?
It is incredible. And this one again is the whole thing of the glitter, the matte mirror, and the mirror cardstock as well. It's a great way, I mean, it's all the kind of cards that you don't want to run out of really in your craft room. But I like that idea as well of actually, you know, bumping up. If you're going for the craft kit today, this is a perfect partner to go with to ensure that you've got more to play with once the cardstock, the mirror cardstock from that kit has disappeared. Plus you'll get 30 bonus points today as well. £33.60 or $49.60 is your price on that set. It has been a hot seller today and expect it to continue. Should be very, very popular indeed. Right, embroidery dies. Next up. Now, I hadn't seen these until today, and my eyes were kind of drawn to these straight away when I walked in because, again, I've seen nothing quite like these before in the fact that you've got, again, look at the technology here. These amazing dies that are not only going to cut you that gorgeous aperture, but give you the ability, with the threads that we're also giving you within this kit, to be able to create the most beautiful embroidered frames. And whilst I sort of show you the boards here as well, I always get sort of, and I don't know if you do this at home as well, but you see on the screen embroidery frame dies. So you think, well, you've always got to thread these, you've always got to use your threads. But actually, we were looking with Debbie earlier on, and there's so many different ways to use these. She showed us, you probably still got it over there, a card where it had been faux stitched.
They look amazing.
Yeah.
We might have time to have a little look at that technique later, but I've had a little bit of play with mine over the weekend because before I was just using my fine liners and the fine tip on my illustrators, but something else that works amazingly well is your glitter markers. Faux stitch with your glitter markers with these and it looks incredible. And don't think that sort of the embroidery with the sewn is the gold standard and the faux stitching looks all right, but not as good. Absolutely not the case. The faux stitching looks just as fabulous. So whether you are a stitcher and maybe you're really good at sewing, you love your hand embroidery, or perhaps you've never even picked up a needle in your life and you've got no intention of sewing with these, you're still going to get amazing results every single time. But just options, which is so much fun when you're crafting.
Just whilst Lily was talking there, I managed to restoke the
Relight
fire.
my fire.
Relight my fire. So the different designs you've got. So I showed you the beautiful wreath of roses. The floral heart is stunning. 59 days till Valentine's.
Oh, can see somebody's counting down.
Just saying.
Wow.
Just to remind my wife, who never, ever gets me a card.
Oh dear, that's awful.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Well, do you get her a card?
Oh, yes!
Wow.
My mate, I made her one last year as I made her birthday card as well.
Oh,
I always get her a little present too, but
brownie points there.
nothing ever
It's
back.
about the giving, not the receiving.
Is it?
Apparently so.
I mean,
So I'm told.
I get joy out of giving,
giving.
but it would be nice to receive something as well, Laura, if you're watching. And then finally in the collection, you're also going to get your swaddly leaves as well. And don't forget, you will receive all of your embroidery threads included too. So again, I can understand why this was very popular when we launched it last week. 8 elements in total with the 12-piece set of... No, it's not 12, is it? 1,
12,
2,
yeah.
3, 4, 5. Oh, it is. Yeah, your 12 embroidery threads, £35.99 or $42.39 if you're a platinum member. And I know we are going to have a little look at these just now. Any more pressing questions? If there's any questions, lots of lovely comments coming through. Anne says, did you know that if you can't find your iPhone, you can say, hey Siri, where are you? And she says, I'm here. I just discovered that a couple of days ago. Didn't know that. Handy tip though. Apparently, they're going to try it in the gallery now. Corinne says, we have several devices in the house, all go by different names, otherwise they would all respond to at the same time. Love the card pack, says Lumin Genie. In every colour pack they sell, they're really good. And Kim says, I just turned on my fireplace in our entertainment centre. Now I can watch crafters with a cosy, warm feeling. Let's get back on over to Lily then, because I'm keen to see how these work.
Absolutely, I love this collection. They are fabulous, and like I say, great if you are wanting to maybe get back into a little bit of hand sewing like me. I've not done any hand embroidery in, quite frankly, probably years, and I used to love it. So this was a perfect way back in to combine papercraft and sewing all into one fabulous collection. And we're going to start off with the swirly leaves. I can always hear Craig in my head whenever I say that. I always say it in his accent. Yeah, I can't help it, but it's a fabulous set of dies, and within each of the die sets, exactly the same sort of concept. You get your inner cut in die and you get your outer die if you want to cut that design out. So these are part of our creator card range. So just because they are sort of really special dies in terms of them being our embroidery frame dies, you can still do all the different concepts that you can with a regular creator card die. So think of all your different concepts, cutting these into box lids, perhaps having them with photos behind, cutting them in or cutting them out. That choice is yours. So not only are you getting that fabulous technology that allows you to stitch through those dies, you're also getting all the added benefits of them being creator card dies, where we break that design down into two separate dies, so you've got that versatility, which is just brilliant when we're crafting, because it gives us those options, which we absolutely love. So we run that through our die cutting machine. Same die sandwich as we would use for any of our thin metal dies. Running it through our Gemini machine, one pass through the machine with the two dies in one is going to give us that cut out design. So rather than just cutting into our cardstock, it creates a whole panel that we can use on our card or whatever project it might be. And all it is a case of just going around with your pokey tool and just popping all the little holes out of that design. Nice and easy to do. Just go around, pop those designs out. Perhaps you want to use your die brush tool, that would come in invaluable for sure with these, but nice and easy just to go around and pop those pieces out. And once you've done that, you'll get a design that looks a little bit like that. So we can see we've got the outer design onto there, and we've also got all those little stitching holes cut in. Now perhaps you're looking at that and thinking, I've not stitched for a while, I'm not exactly quite sure where to start. Well, of course, on the packaging, you've got your inspiration, but as if that wasn't enough already, what we also include in every single one of these die sets, so in all of the 4 die sets, you get almost like this cheat sheet. So it's giving you an indication of exactly where you need to stitch if you want to recreate that design. But of course, you don't have to follow that. You go a little bit freestyle, go a little bit rogue if you like, and follow your own design. But that's just a little bit of a serving suggestion if you need it to help you through. Perhaps it's your first time using these dies and you're not quite sure where to stitch. That's going to be a big help. All I've done is I've taken some of the embroidery thread from that pack, and it's actually got 6 strands within each length of thread. And what I've done is I've just separated it down into just one of the threads. I recommend sort of maybe between 1 and 3 strands to stitch with, and that will of course mean that your thread goes even further. Taken the brown tone and I've just threaded my needle like so. Completely up to you where you start. I tend to start on the bottom left. It seems quite, I don't know, seems quite methodical.
Yeah.
Nice to actually have a nice process and order with these. Makes it a lot easier when you are stitching them. And all I'm doing is I've just turned over to the reverse, and I'm just bringing my thread through. I'm going to take a piece of tape. Now it's up to you how you secure these. You might want to add a knot like you would if you were sewing on fabric, but I find it easier to use just a little piece of tape to secure that thread to the back. Debbie was using a little bit of red liner tape on Friday. Up to you, but you just need something that's going to secure that thread to the back of this die cut piece. And now we've got our thread on the front, all good and ready to go. And all I'm going to do is these look really nicely if you actually stitched with a back stitch. So I'm going up one, and then I'm going back to fill in that design, so you get almost like that continuous design of thread, rather than having one and then miss one, just going in like so.
Is this something that you would do in one sitting then, or would you kind of do it over any few evenings?
Personally, what I was doing when I was working on these, I'd do one colour at a time, and I might do that on one evening, sort of depending on how much time you've got to actually devote to this. Perhaps it's something that you're going to be doing maybe just half an hour in the evening, last thing at night before you go to bed. You know, you've come off all your technology, you want to give your eyes a little bit of rest from that screen time. Nice to maybe do one colour on an evening and just see that design build up. Of course, you can sit and do the whole design all at once, completely up to you, but they do work nicely just to break it down into stages and do one colour at a time. But there's something so satisfying about seeing that design build up. This is not, you know, one of your quick makes. This is not something that you're going to do in a, I don't know, an hour, and you're going to churn out 20 of these for all of your birthday cards.
It's something to savour and enjoy, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's something that you're going to really enjoy doing, something that you're going to be very mindful at doing. Maybe you need a little bit of quiet time, maybe you've had a busy day. Perhaps as I was doing, I had the radio on in the background, just a nice bit of music.
Christmas tunes?
Christmas, it wasn't at that time actually, because I was working on these a few weeks ago, so it was before December, so it wasn't allowed.
I'll let you off.
But Christmas tunes will be perfect in front of the roaring fire. Snow outside as we've got here. Oh, it's peaceful. A little bit of hot chocolate, some Christmas cookies.
Couldn't be any better, the scene that you're painting now.
I think this is going to be me when I get home, but just replace the fire for a hot water bottle and that'll be me. Not quite fancy enough.
It's nice to watch you do this as well, because it just, I don't know, like some people might look at the boards that I showed you and get like a little bit overawed if you think, well, I don't do any embroidery, I don't do any soft crafts, I don't do any sewing. It's nice and
so
easy to do, isn't it? Even if you've never picked up a needle and thread before.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not going to say it's quick, because it absolutely isn't quick. And like we say, that's not what it's about, but it's not difficult. You know, some things are time consuming because they're difficult, but this is just, it's not quick because it's something that you want to enjoy and savour. It's not a slow process because it's difficult, and it's something that you really want to enjoy. And I must say, I get towards the end of completing one of these and you feel a little bit like, oh, a bit sad that it's over, no matter how long you've sort of spent on it, but they are very, very achievable to actually add that stitching. Like I say, I hadn't actually picked up a needle and thread in quite a while, and I told this story on last week's Wake Up Call if you caught the show. So I got these to work on. I was very, very excited. I came home one evening from work, I sat down, I thought, right, I'm going to do a little bit of sewing tonight, dead excited, die cut the design through my die cutting machine, got my embroidery threads out, brilliant, I'm going to get stitching. Then I thought, oh, I'm not quite sure where my needle is. Been so long that I'd actually, since I'd done any stitching, so I used to love hand embroidery, I used to love doing all the applique and all that sort of thing, but I'd not done it for ages with doing so much papercraft these days. I couldn't actually find my needle. So I had to come into work the next day. Luckily Becky Swan was in. Becky, have you got me a spare needle? What are you doing with a needle? It was sort of like, it's Lily sewing. And then luckily, got my needle off Becky and I was well away that evening.
Nice.
But make sure you do have a needle. I'm using an embroidery needle at the moment. I have to say the one I was using at home was just a standard needle. When you're using just one of the embroidery threads like I am here, you don't have to use an embroidery needle, but it's whatever you've got in your crafty stash, whatever you find easiest to actually sew with is going to work for you just perfectly. You can see quite quickly actually, I'm going quite quick for me here. Must slow down, I want to savour it more. We're building up that design already. I've gone for brown tones for this particular leaf. I think this design is perfect for all of your autumnal makes. Perhaps you've got photos from Thanksgiving this year. Maybe you visited a pumpkin patch over sort of the Halloween period and you want to actually create a scrapbook page using these frames to pop your photos behind. This would work absolutely perfectly, but just by changing up the colours of your thread, you're going to get a completely different look to these die cuts.
And it might be the kind of thing as well that if you've never done like proper embroidery, do you know what I mean? It might be the thing that you get into this and you enjoy this so much, it then might send you off on a different tangent to take up embroidery, full embroidery, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, next thing you know, you might be tuning into softer side, doing all your proper sewing. This would be a great gateway, sort of bridging the gap between papercraft and sewing, which I think is fabulous. I think it's great to fuse different crafts when we are making and creating. It just makes us, sort of broadens our crafty horizons a bit, which I think is always absolutely fabulous.
And I know what I didn't ask, which I'll ask now as well. So the fact that you are threading, doing embroidery, do you need to use like a heavier weight cardstock or not?
Oh, good question. No, absolutely not. Okay. So this is just our multi-purpose card. I've done these with Centura Pearl, they work fabulously. I wouldn't go for a thin paper, just because you don't want to tear it. But I'd say anything over 200, you should be absolutely fine. Of course, you can use these on fabric. You can do proper sewing, as I call it. You can use these on fabric. I think Debbie showed a faux leather one on Friday. So it's not just paper, but cardstock, your standard craft card, your matte black card, your Centura Pearl, your multi-purpose, it'll all work with those absolutely perfectly. So you don't have to have anything dead fancy.
Good to know. Anna says, I use embroidery needles for most hand sewing these days. It's just so much easier to see the eyes.
It is, to be fair, yes. I must say this is a lot easier than the needle I had at home. Not blaming you, Becky, in case you're watching. You gave me what you gave me, but it does go to show it doesn't matter. You can use whatever sort of needle you've got, but absolutely agreed. An embroidery needle is a lot easier.
Hi to Gwenda, who says I wasn't going to buy anything else this year, but since the birthday discount code still works, I got the mystery bag and the tag punch.
Oh, fabulous buys there.
And Kim says, I've got this set and I hope to play with them soon. Hopefully, if you did pick them up, you're now inspired just after seeing, well, you will be certainly by the end of this demo, to pick them up and have a go. And hi to Maureen, who says, good evening, folks. Really like this set. Maureen, thank you for coming along to see us. You were with us on Sunday in Edinburgh, weren't you? I remember. Did you say you came all the way up from Cheshire? I want to say, Maureen. Yeah, I think it was like a weekend away. Was it a treat, some sort of treat, I think, Maureen? But she was sat in the second row, I seem to remember. It was lovely to meet you. We had our picture taken and everything. But hopefully you enjoyed that show, and hopefully you're enjoying this show, Maureen, as well. Still chance for you guys to get your comments in. Any more questions or anything that you want to see, do let us know. And of course, in the next half hour or so, we'll get the votes going as well, because we do the demo of the show, demo of the day as well.
Certainly will.
Did we? The wake-up call.
Yes, there was one for wake-up call.
Was that you? You?
I was presenting. It's one of Debbie's.
So it's Debbie versus Lily tonight.
Scary.
Clash of the Titans.
Woohoo. Anyway, all we've done is we've just carried on completing that leaf. When you come to the end of your piece of thread, same technique as we did at the beginning, just tape that loose end of the thread to the back of your piece, and that's going to secure that thread and make sure nothing comes out of place. Of course, unfortunately for me, we're not going to spend the whole show actually stitching that whole design. I mean, you would have lost me, let's be honest. I'll be going very quiet. Yeah. I think we need to bring in one that we've done earlier, and I loved doing this. Honestly, it was one of those. I think it was last Saturday night. I sat down in my craft room, probably with some Christmas chocolate, let's be honest. But one absolutely lovely design that is. Just so much fun to choose the colours. I mixed up the design a little bit. I went a little bit rogue and I changed the colours as to what we've got on the packaging. Just shows it changes the design a little bit, but we're going very much autumnal with this particular design. So all I've done, completing that design, and I've added some of my foam pads to the back of this piece. And all we're going to do is we're just going to remove our foam pads, remove the backing like so, and then I've got a piece of textured cardstock. This is from our Brights 12 by 12 inch paper pad, the textured card. You will find that on the website. It's one of my absolute go-tos for my mats and layers, and the colour tone works perfectly with this autumnal theme that we've got going on. We've just cut that to 1/4 of an inch larger than our actual die cut frame. I'm just going to centralise that and then stick that down. And then we've got a sentiment, which I've stamped, and I should probably have stuck that down first, but no, that should be fine. That is from one of our Verse Compendium stamp sets, so if you've got that, then that's what we've used for our sentiment. We've stamped using our seal brown quick drying, and then we've just die cut the sentiment out in an oval shape and added a matten layer with the brown just to make that sentiment pop a little bit more. I'm just going to centralise that because it's a little bit wonky donkey. Using my wonky donkey. Using my glass mat to help me line everything up, using the grid on there is going to allow me to do that. That's our topper. We're going to bring in our card base, and something a little bit different for this card base. It's measuring 3 inches by 6 inches, just a diddy little card. And then we've taken some papers. I did say our Nature's Garden Autumn Blessings collection works absolutely perfectly with this particular die if you are going for those autumnal colour tones. We've taken some of the paper, we've added a matten layer of that same orangey textured cardstock. We're just going to pop that onto our little card base like so. And then we're going to take some more of our foam pads. You know, I do love a little bit of dimension on my cards. I like things to sort of stand proud and really pop against those backgrounds. I'm going to add a couple along the bottom and then just one along that fold on our card base. Peel the backing off there. You could use your tape if you prefer, but nice large foam pads, you will find those on the website, are perfect for a use like this. And we're just going to stick that onto that bottom edge, so we've got the topper sort of extending across the top of that card base, just like so. You can see a very simple design, but we're really letting that stitching detail sing, let it take centre stage. Great for a masculine make, great for anything autumnal, perhaps Thanksgiving or Harvest Festival, but how fabulous are those lovely stitching dies. Those embroidery frame dies are absolutely wonderful. If you've not got yours, what are you waiting for? Go on, join the bandwagon, get sewing. So much fun. So much fun. No pun intended.
We've got a few comments coming through. We'll look at all of the dies you're going to get in just a second as well. Let's say hi to Mari Sims, who says, "Hi Ben, the show in Aberdeen was awesome."
Woohoo!
I remember seeing you, Mary, and you've also got a question. We have touched on this, but it's fine to us because I know people join us at different times. So she says, "I like these embroidery frame dies. Question, Lily, could I use these on fabric and paper bags, or would paper bags be too thin?"
Ooh.
So,
Fabric, definitely.
Yep.
Paper bags, do you know what? I'd always say give it a go.
yeah.
Depends what sort of GSM we're talking. If it's real paper, I wouldn't go under a 180 GSM, but definitely worth a go and definitely great for fabric as well.
Yeah, lovely. These are the designs that you're going to get as well. And don't forget, whilst we just show you the different designs, you are going to get all of your embroidery threads included as well, a 12-piece set. So you will get, in my best Craig Laird, your swirly leaves. You're also going to get this one, which is the beautiful butterflies. Love this heart as well with Valentine's, not too far away at all. That might come in handy. The floral heart, and as Lee says, you know, you've got all of the thread in there. You've got everything that you need as far as kind of like your cheat sheets are concerned. You know, we don't just leave you and then go off you go. You know, see how you get on with these. You get everything that you need, and of course you can go back and watch this show again. You can go back and watch the launch on Friday. So you've got all of those elements to help you along with these too, and of course we give you all of the threads as well. So 8 elements. 12 lots of your thread, £35.99 is the platinum price, $42.39 if you like the idea of that. Lovely, lovely collection. Jackie saying very pretty, love it, says Kim. Beautiful cards, says Sam McDonald. And Kim Nesbitt also just saying, my grandmother taught me to embroider. I have towels that have the cute embroidery on them that were done way back.
I have some little tissues that my mum did when she was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely, lovely little handkerchiefs, you know, with all the little flowers, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was my nan, or either nan or mum used to do that. Yeah, little handkerchiefs with me embroidered initials on. Really super cute. Just before we have a quick break, because we can give you the opportunity to check out your baskets. Another great deal which we've rolled over from Craft Vault a little bit earlier on was the Nature's Garden Sunflower Collection. 50 bonus points in this. So this is what should be £61, $78, saving $31.94 or $38.86. It's over 45% saving. You are going to get a lovely collection of goodies from the sunflower set. 2 lots of your flower forming foam actually within this bundle. So you've got the 12 sheets in your 4 different colours twice over, so 24 sheets in total. So it's 6 sheets of each of those colours, which I just think is immense that you're getting so much of that flower forming foam within the bundle. Then, I mean, the sets of dies and stamps you get here are brilliant. You've got the Sunflower Splendour. How gorgeous is that? Again, a real sort of, it's like a creator card really, isn't it?
Yeah.
The die that you got there.
Fabulous for paper piecing as well. I have to say,
Absolutely.
I sat and paper pieced every single piece back into that. Labour of love. Loved doing it, but it looked fabulous at the end.
I bet it did. You've got stamp and die sets in here as well. So this one is the Sunshine. It's got that beautiful font of your die, and then all of these stamps so you can create your own sort of bespoke sentiment. Sending sunshine and smiles, sunshine on a cloudy day, hello sunshine.
Hello.
Hello sunshine. You can got your sunflower bouquet. So again, if you like to layer up your colours, layer up your stamps, this is perfect. All of these are numbered up for you, so you just choose your different colours to create this effect, and it really does give you a real sort of standout 3D effect, doesn't it?
It looks almost like you've watercoloured it, but of course you're just using your different colours of inks is going to give you that amazing result so quickly and easily.
Thank you so much. You've got on there too, and then lastly in this set is your fabulous frames, that beautiful stamp and die collection. Really good excuse to start getting your pens out, get colouring with these. And again, it might be the kind of colour palette that you're looking to work with as we head out of 2022 and head into 2023. If you're looking for more of those brighter sort of springtime, summertime colours, this is a great one to go for. 50 bonus points you're going to get with the set, as well as that huge discount, £24 platinum or $32. Right, we will come back, seeing more of your comments coming through. We'll read a few more of those in just a few moments' time. But right now, let's give you the opportunity to check out your baskets when we come back. More demos, more fun, and the votes, of course, as well for the demo of the show and then the demo of the day. Right now, though, you head to the checkout and we'll come back after these short messages.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
One that was really funny, Ben. You did.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we clip that? Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
My name's Jan Brown and I am one of the craft experts here at Crafters Companion, so you often see my face on the camera and see me demoing all the different products that we have in our range. I live in Yorkshire. I'm actually based in Sheffield, which is one of the cities in Yorkshire, and I'm born and bred, absolutely, and it's lovely and green, countryside, little picturesque village, and I wouldn't change it for the world. My crafting journey was quite an interesting one because I was working in school and someone just sent me, it was birthday, sent me a card, and it was a handcrafted card which I'd never come across before. So I was literally blown away by it, asked her a little bit about it, went and bought a craft kit, and the rest of it's just history. Inspiration, I think, comes from lots and lots of different places. So it could be sort of architecture, it could be sort of the style of something, particularly colours, things like that. I love sort of like autumn colours, that kind of thing. I think one of the biggest ones there is our design team. We have a massive design team, second to none in the industry, and I often have a look through their folders and get ideas and work with those when I'm planning my demos, yeah. I think behind the scenes we do have a giggle. I'm not sure there are actually any blooper reels, there may be, I'm not sure, but I think one of the things that we always have a joke about, and I learned very early on, was remembering to turn the microphone off when you leave the camera. I'm going to leave it to your imagination with that one. Although crafting does take up a lot of my time, I think the biggie's got to be my family. We have a very small family, but a very close-knit one. My girls both live close by, and my eldest daughter has got her little boy. He's my only grandson, so we spend a lot of time with him, and it's something that we love getting, whether we're going out for a meal somewhere or whether we're at home playing board games, that kind of thing. Just everybody together. I'm not a loner, I don't like spending time on my own, so the more people around, the better. I was accepted onto the demonstration team as well, so those were very big moments in my sort of crafting lifetime, and very much a dream come true, you know, when it's a hobby turned into a job as such. And then obviously along with that, at the store came the chance to meet Sarah. She came to, well, she opened the store, naturally came to visit, so getting to meet her and have a chat with her. And then taking it on from there, my name was put forward for this particular role, and now I actually work alongside Sarah, so she's actually part of the team. We all work together, and definitely a dream come true. I don't tend to refer to it, when anybody asks me what I do, I don't refer to it as work anymore, because it literally is just playing with the crafting products.
Welcome back, everybody. The show is flying over. We've got just, well, less than 40 minutes remaining now. Lots to squeeze in. Now, it has been a very busy show. Well, this was this evening's Out of This World deal, the Sarah Signature mystery bag. I kind of thought that we might have had enough to go around. However, someone we know...
I wonder who that was.
Decided to show it on Wake Up Call. I then, of course, then had to follow suit because everyone was like, oh, I didn't see the mystery bag that they showed on Wake Up Call. So I showed you during Craft Vault. That is the reason why the mystery bag, which should have lasted the show, really. Don't scream and shout. It has now...
Sold out!
Gone. one of the, not being funny, probably one of the best mystery bags I think we've ever done. Value for money wise, bang for buck. Not surprised that that has disappeared. And if it is deals you came for, well, let me just tell you, you are not out of luck because we've got some great deals because it's £10 Tuesday. And we've got our very own sleuth the other side of the studio, Miss Marple there, who I know has had a good look through the £10 Tuesday. And we've shown you the gnome pad, which has been flying. We've shown you the tag punch. Did you say there's a really great deal on the Everyday Brights in there as well?
Everyday Brights, yeah. Just popping into that, yeah. £10 for a 12 by 12 inch paper pad. Gilding flakes, 3 set of gilding flakes. Wow. £10 for those.
Bonkers.
Ooh, a few bits from Dancing Dragonfly, that 8 by 8 inch foiled card pad. That's an absolute corker, that one, to get that in £10 Tuesday.
Absolutely. There's that gnome pad.
Ooh,
what's that, £14.99 for a tenner?
Wow. Wow. Oh, yeah, the ornate box die. £10.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Gosh, nearly half price on that one. It's meant to be £19.99. Fabulous deal on that one.
I love the Christmas tree, the create a card message revealed. I said that's a tenner.
Yeah.
Edgeables in there. Oh, the pop-out dies as well.
Pop-out sentiments there in there.
Yeah.
Wow. Absolutely all sorts. And you've even got a few little soft craft items. I say little.
Mitre tool.
Mitre tools there at the bottom. Wow. The decoupage flowers. Those only launched this year. £10 for the lilac.
And this is one of the biggest £10 Tuesdays I think I've seen us do, because normally it's just like a handful of items. There's loads there today.
I mean, I was saying to you in the break, I always look, first thing on the morning when I know that there's £10 Tuesday, I'll always have a little look through, see what's in there, see what bargains I'm going to snap up. I have to say this morning I had a look, I was like, wow, they've gone to town this week. There's some absolute corkers in there, but you've not got long, ends at midnight tonight, so quickly check out those baskets, make sure you get everything that you want.
And worth bearing in mind, just again, particularly I was thinking about that paper pad, you're thinking, well, what a great deal, you know, we must be limited per customer. No, you're not. But basically, fill your boots, fill your baskets, you know, be greedy. Don't worry about others. You know, if you love that gnome pad, think, oh, I have one. Get as many as you need, get them in, because it won't be £10 Wednesday.
No.
It will be, wish I'd taken advantage of £10 Tuesday, Wednesday.
True.
So don't be that person.
I'll put that idea forward to the marketing team first thing tomorrow morning.
Great. Cheryl A just said, just use the tag punch and all the stamps too. Yeah, me.
Woohoo.
Feeling lucky that I was able to snag one of the mystery bags, says Hannah Furnace.
Woo.
Good evening, says Vicky Cook. I've been watching whilst eating dinner. My daughter told me to tell Ben that she loves your jumper. Thank you. And also hello to Patty Abbott Heard, who says, love the card, last card.
Thank you, Patty.
I'll have to watch back to see how she did the base of the card.
Super, super easy.
Do go back and watch. And also, if you do love the embroidery, the frame dies we've just shown you, go back and watch the launch show, which was on Friday.
Friday at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so you can see all of Debbie's demos as well. Let's get back to another demo, though, on the monthly craft kit. It seems like hundreds of you have already bought this today. I'm not surprised. Those of you who've already collected the previous 54 are buying it. Those of you looking for gift ideas are buying it. Those of you who perhaps are quite new to craft are looking at this and going, well, it's one box wonder, really, this. You're buying it as well. This is for everybody. And as we said earlier on, the value for money on these, I think it's one of the best value for money items that we do, the craft kits. You get so much for the small price of just $24.99 or $29.95. Platinum price is just here. I'll go through all the contents with you in just a few moments' time, but I know naturally as Lily shows you this next demo, she's going to show you some of the contents of the box. But what are you going to be showing us from this collection?
We're going to use the other die that we didn't use on the previous demo. So we're going with this lovely design. I'm thinking almost like a dahlia for this one. And of course it can be any flower that you choose. We've got the larger flower and the smaller flower. And like we were talking about this morning, of course you can snip into these. Lots of snippability within these dies to actually make them smaller, perhaps turn them into embellishments or corners, or even snip into them so that you can do a little bit of decoupage to layer them up. The choice is yours with these. So what we're going to do is going to take one of our card bases. These are of course included within that kit. 4 by 6 inches in size, 300 GSM, so absolutely fabulous quality on those. And all we're going to do is going to line up our die along that right hand edge, and all we're going to do is going to run that through our die cutting machine, and it's going to create an aperture in our card base. So don't just think of these as sort of like cut out embellishment dies. Think of using what we traditionally think of as the waste to actually create apertures for our cards, and it's going to give us another fantastic effect with these dies. And of course you can be doing this with both of the different designs that we've got within this craft kit. We're just showing this particular die here, but of course same effect can be achieved with that other die that you've got within the kit. So we can see that all that's done is that's created our aperture. We've also got our, which is actually our waist in this particular instance, we've got our die cut there that we can of course save and use on another project. But one pass through that die cutting machine gives us both the inner and the outer, so we've got that almost like 2 for 1.
Yeah.
I'm going to move that out of the way, but you can see how easily those pieces are removed from the die. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of acetate. We've obviously taken some of the design away, so we need to add a little bit of strength back into that card, and we're going to do that with a piece of acetate. So it's cut to just under 4 inches by 6 inches, just so that it works with that size of card base that we've got within the kit. Using my dotty tape pen along this side like so, just to add some of the tape onto those more delicate areas to make sure that we've caught those, and the acetate's going to be all stuck around that area there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our acetate, and if you find it easier, then perhaps cut your acetate to slightly larger and then trim it down afterwards after you've stuck it down to your card base, but it's totally up to you, whatever you find easiest. I found using a piece of 4 by 6 inches just under will work nicely, and that's just some of our heavyweight acetate that you will find on the website. A piece of some of that lovely cardstock or paper that you're getting, 140 GSM on those papers, lovely quality, and using some of that mirror card that we also get within the kit to mat and layer that lovely pinky purpley paper onto that gold. And then same sort of idea on the front, that exact same pattern paper, again matting and layering onto some of our gold cardstock, just to bring that design, that flow of design from the inside to the outside, just checking that I've got that the same way up. It won't matter particularly if we've got it a different way up.
Ever the perfectionist.
But, well, you know, I'm ever so pernickety. I drive myself mad, let's be honest. I'm very, very particular about certain things. So if it was the opposite way around, it wouldn't sit well, let's be honest. So we want to make sure that we get it the same way. Obviously then we've got that aperture which perhaps doesn't look quite as finished off as we might like. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring back in that same die and a piece of that cardstock, that lovely mirror card that you're getting within the kit. 250 GSM on the mirror card, 12 sheets of that, so you're getting 6 of the gold and 6 of the silver. 8 by 8 inches in size, so plenty there to be playing with. But like we said earlier, if you are thinking you're going to want to be doing a lot of crafting with this kit, and perhaps you're thinking you're going to need to stock up on some more cardstock that's going to work perfectly, and that little bundle that Ben showed, I say little, 200 sheet bundle that Ben showed you earlier of all those luxury cardstocks are going to work brilliantly with all of the sort of tones and that design, that whole look and feel that we've got within this kit. So do definitely look about checking that one out as well, just to make your kit go even further. So run that through our die cutter machine, as ever, using some of our low tack tape just to keep that in position. You probably did notice, and you're probably used to me doing this by now, only a tiny scrap of cardstock. I never cut my cardstock to even an inch bigger than it needs to be. I don't like wasting card at all. So do make sure that if you are like me and you like to be quite frugal with your cardstock, make sure, I say quite frugal, ridiculously frugal, make sure that you tape your die down, otherwise it might move and then you might get part of your design missing. So we've got our die cut that we can add into the centre like so. So what we're going to do is, because we're sticking onto acetate, I was saying earlier how I do prefer to use my tacky glue. It gives me that bit of wiggle room, but for when we're sticking onto acetate, a wet glue doesn't quite cut it. It can sort of dry onto there, but then once it's dry, what I always find is it tends to just peel off. So your wet glue doesn't really like your acetate too much, so I do tend to go with either something like a tape pen like we're using here, we're using a dotty with it being a delicate design, or your red liner tape if you've got more of a solid piece that you're adhering, will work absolutely perfectly. And just a piece of scrap cardstock underneath to just catch that extra adhesive from our tape pen. And because we've used a die, it's going to line up absolutely perfectly with the aperture that we've got. Just move it into position until you get that lining up absolutely perfectly, but nice and easy to do when you've got the dies. It might be a little bit easier actually if I open out my card blank. I can see a little bit better what I'm sticking onto there like so. And how fabulous would this look if you did a little bit of paper piecing behind that design? Would look brilliant. I mean, maybe adding some of your vellums behind will give you a gorgeous effect as well, but by using the acetate, it allows those lovely pattern papers on the inside to really sing and really sort of stand out. I'm going to bring in one of the gems from the collection just to finish off the centre of that flower there. I might bring in another one as well. I've noticed that we have that small little flower on the top, so just for a little bit of balance, I'm going to bring in another gem. So just rifling through my box, I'm going for the gold ones for this particular design, and the fact that you've got different sizes works perfectly with a design like this. We want a smaller gem for the little flower, and then that nice large gem for our bigger flower like so. Then we've got a little bit of space on that left hand side just to fill out that space. What we've done is we've taken one of our sentiments, of course included within the kit, so you're not having to look elsewhere for any other sentiments to add in. We're going to add that sentiment onto that top left hand side. We've stamped it, we've inked the edges, we've matte and layered it onto some of that pattern paper, and then onto our gold mirror card, just for that really opulent feel and to make sure everything ties together beautifully. Adding that on that left hand side. How super quick and simple was that to put together?
Love
like
that.
World's quickest card, isn't it? But how opulent and elegant and classy and quite frankly expensive does that look? Using the acetate, creating that aperture, inlaying that die back into that aperture that we've cut. Doesn't that look fabulous? But how easy was that to create?
Elegant, opulent, expensive. I mean, you can choose your descriptives. It's
absolutely
really stunning. Very, very classy cards. Corinne Hetchin just says, that is stunning. What a stunning card, Lily. Beautiful Lily, says Jackie. There's another great word to describe. You guys have got all the superlatives today. Decadent.
Yes, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Anna Marie says, hubby has bought me the mystery bag and the cardstock bundle. He's so good. We love those.
We love those hubbies.
Hubbies that buy stuff. Love the cardstock, says Kim. Carol says, I've got a mystery bag. It's just still a few weeks since I joined this amazing craft family. I'm so happy. We are very happy to have you as part of the family, Carol Byrne. And Corinne also just saying, woohoo, all the Craig mystery bags have arrived. Lots of amazing goodies included in all of them. Fantastic value. And Hannah Furness says, I've ordered the monthly box for myself and one for my 9-year-old granddaughter, Lila. She's upgrading to a junior for Christmas. She will freak out. Merry Christmas to both of us. Absolutely, Merry Christmas. And thank you for all the lovely comments coming through for Lily's cards. Elegant, says Jessica. What a lovely card. Nice card, says Linda. Mary Heston, crazy beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Beautiful
card, Lily, says Vicky. And Kim Nesbitt Edwardson, that card is beautiful. It's the kind of thing that you could achieve when you buy this collection. Of course, you can come back, watch this show, watch all of the demos from today and recreate them with your brand new craft kit. Launching officially, just over an hour and a half ago, but we launched it this morning on Wake Up Call. Hundreds of you have bought box number 55, in case you were wondering. It is the Grande Floral Swirl dies. Those are the beautiful dies that you're going to be receiving inside your box. And like we said, as much as the consumables will disappear over time, look after your dies and your stamps that you've got within this box. You've got these to craft with forever. Beautiful dies to go with some stunning stamp sentiments as well. So you've got, especially for you, many happy returns. So very happy for you, and thank you so much. Of course, you get your cards and envelopes in here too. You're going to get 12 card blanks, 12 envelopes in there as well, 4x6 the size, and then you're going to get all of your papers in here too. And the papers, as you've seen, they are really opulent, really elegant, decadent, rich, really beautiful colours. 12 sheets of your paper you're going to be receiving within this collection, which is kind of what you expect to get within these craft kits. You know, we almost take the value for money that you get with this a little bit for granted sometimes, but you get 12 sheets of the paper, 12 sheets of your cardstock as well. So as you can see, not just thrown together willy-nilly, that matches up perfectly with your cardstock that you're going to get included in there as well. So that's 24 sheets, and this time different. And again, for those of you that have collected all of the craft kits, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I can't think of another craft kit where you're going to get in there mirror card as well. 12 sheets included in the silver and in the gold too. So that again, just taking this to the next level. Add to that we're going to give you your selection of adhesives, beautiful adhesive gems in there. You've got those sort of stud designed gems included in there too. In the gold and silver, you've got some clear ones there also, and your ribbons as well. Once again, in the 3 different sizes, in the 3 different widths. I love the iridescent ribbon that you've got on the end there. It's got that sort of Northern Lights effect to it. But all of that, right, for under £20 if you're platinum, under $24 if you're platinum in the US, it really is value for money off the chart. And let's also not forget, not on the screen, but worth bearing in mind that yes, that's the price. Yes, you get your discount. You'll get 50 bonus points included as well on your brand new craft kit. So please do not miss out. They are always very popular. They're always huge value for money. So don't miss out on yours this evening. £19.99 or $23.96. We've got time to squeeze in another demo before we get all votey on you. And we're going to go back to those beautiful embroidery frame dies. I'll quickly just rattle through these again for you. I know we just saw these fairly recently, but a lovely set of dies there to be able to create these gorgeous frames, and then the ability for you with the threads that we're going to give you included within the bundle to create these beautiful embroidered designs. That's not to say that you always have to thread them, as we've chatted about over the course of the day today. Just really beautiful versatile dies that you can perhaps, you know, just take your pens to create that sort of faux sort of embroidered effect if you wish. But you can see you've got different styles. Love that floral heart. Beautiful sort of creator card dies here as well, with the beautiful butterflies and then the swirly leaves included as well. And all of the threads you're going to get, 12 different colours, so you don't even have to kind of go and dig out your soft craft box to be crafting with these, because you get the threads included within the actual bundle itself. 4 different designs of die, 8 elements in total, 12 of your embroidery threads. Look at the price. It should be $56.95, $66.75. Platinum price is £35.99, saving 20% or $42.39. Right, let us get on so we can squeeze in one final demo, and then it will be down to you to pick. It's going to be a difficult one today because we've had some fantastic demos, another great demo coming up, I'm sure, and then it will be Debbie versus Lily for the vote for the demo of the day in just a little while. And I can see the card which Debbie made earlier on. It's an absolute corker, so I'm looking forward to that vote. Just glad that I don't have to make my mind up alongside you guys. Right, let's get on over to Lily. What are you going to be creating this time for us?
Brilliant. So we're going to be working with those fabulous embroidery frame dies. We're going to be using the beautiful butterflies. Going to be doing a little bit of faux stitching, so just showing that you don't have to use your threads every time you craft with these. So just to speed it up, I've already gone ahead and cut that inner die. I've not used the outer die, so it's cut into my cardstock. And what I've done is I've taken a piece of multi-purpose card measuring 7.5 by 8 3/4. I've scored at 1 1/4 on all 4 sides, 1 on my box lid side and 1 on my box base side of my Ultimate Pro. Cut that design into the centre, and all we're going to do is going to take some of our different pens and we're going to start to build up that design. So just following the artwork that we've got on the packaging. It doesn't matter that we are using faux stitching rather than real stitching, if you like. We can still follow the colourways that have been indicated on the packaging. So all I'm doing is I'm taking one of my illustrators, using that really fine brush nib, and what I'm doing is I'm just going in and following those stitch holes, just like you would create any sort of normal faux stitching, just drawing from one hole to the other. And by using your illustrator pens, you've got that really nice fine point to the end of these, and it's going to allow you to get into that detail and get that lovely faux stitched effect really nice and easily. So going in with my green to start with, it's going to start to build up that effect really quite nicely and easily. Absolutely, that's exactly what it's like. So easy to do. I mean, great for children as well, this technique. If you are thinking you want to do a little bit of crafting with the kids, then using this technique with your pens is going to be absolutely perfect.
I love doing that. Sorry, I've just transported myself back about 35 years. I used to buy Dr. Dot books with my pocket money.
But obviously we can see it works perfectly with our illustrators. But we were talking on Friday on the launch show, well, on Wake Up Call actually, even before the launch. What about other things you've got in your crafty stash? How about your glitter markers? So using your glitter markers instead, it's going to be almost like you're using some gorgeous metallic glittery thread. So essentially, great for crafting with the kids. Perhaps you want to start them off by doing that faux stitching, and then it's going to allow them to sort of learn that design a little bit, learn where the stitches might go, and then perhaps they're going to progress onto doing their own embroidery. It's a great sort of gateway to get them into crafting, to get them familiar with these dies. and these designs. But how about bringing in maybe some of our metallic markers as well? We've got our thinner nib to one side of these, so how about using your metallic markers to create your faux stitching? Again, same technique of just going from dot to dot, really nice and easy to do. A lot quicker technique, so if you need to use these dies to create quicker cards than what you're going to do with your real embroidery, then this will be absolutely perfect for use with your quicker cards if you're using your pens. So nice and easy to build up that design as well with your metallic markers. So just showing it doesn't matter what medium you're using. Give it a go, have a little bit of an experiment, see what you come up with. But just by building up that design, really fun to do. You can start to see that image take shape quite quickly and easily.
Yeah.
So that is what we do to actually create that design. I've already pre-prepped one just to speed up time. Time is running away from us. So all I've done, now it's gone so quickly, hasn't it, is I've just taken exactly the same piece. I've used some slightly different colours, some of my illustrators, some of my glitter markers onto there.
Is that all again just with pens?
All with pens, yeah. It looks
so
real,
effective.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's funny, it does look real. So that's onto our box lid. What we're going to do is we've taken, of course, some of that paper pad, Nature's Garden Gnomes. Of course, I had to use some of those papers. And I've taken some of those papers and some cardstock. This is from my, I believe it's from the Hummingbird A4 card. So if you got that, I tell you, the country lane that you got within that mystery bag would work perfectly as well. And all I've done is I've just die cut a frame, rectangular frame. The inner die is using that outer die from the collection that you get included with the actual die set. And I've just added a little bit of acetate behind that piece as well, just for a little bit of support on our box lid. And then for our box sides, all I've got is some more of that pattern paper. And then I've got mats and layers using our lovely pink linen textured card, just for that continuity from the box lid to the box sides. And what we're going to do is going to mat and layer our pattern piece onto that lovely linen cardstock. And then we've got one of these for each of the 4 box lid sides. So using our tape pen, of course, check out that deal on the pack of 4 tape pens. You're buying 3, getting 1 free. You'll find that on the Shop the Day page if you're needing to stock up. That's a perfect deal to go for. Matting and layering, I'm matting and layering these flat. You could use foam tape if you prefer, but with it being on our box size, I think it works a bit better to have them actually stuck flat. So your all-purpose glue would work perfectly for that as well if you prefer. If you need that little bit of wiggle room, so you've got that time to manoeuvre these into position, your all-purpose would work brilliantly as well. And then one final one for this bottom edge. Just glue this onto here like so. And then to finish it off nicely, I've got a sentiment which is from our Dancing Dragonflies Sarah Signature Simple Sentiments. You will find these in a bundle on the show. There's a bundle of sentiments that you will find on the website. One of my go-to die sets, I have to say. Fabulous for just finishing off your makes. I'm going to add this onto that bottom corner just to finish that off. And I'm always going on about balance. So we're going to have our ribbon bow onto the top left. I do love a nice big pink bow. It's going to work perfectly onto that top left-hand corner. And then obviously with this being a box, we're going to have to build the box. So I'll be using either my red liner tape on these tabs or your tape runner is perfect. And I know it feels, perhaps if you've used other tape pens in the past, it feels a bit strange to say to use a tape pen for construction, but our tape pens are completely different to all the others on the market. I must say I've used quite a few tape pens over the years that I've been crafting, and you won't find another tape pen as strong. I certainly wouldn't trust any other tape pen for construction like this, but with ours being so super strong, you're going to get that perfect stick even on construction 3D projects like this box that we're putting together here. So just folding that into position, burnishing those score lines. Of course, I did use my Ultimate Pro to create this box, scoring at a 1 1/4 inch depth to give us that nice, fairly shallow box, but enough dimension, then it's going to really stand proud, and we'll be able to add plenty of lovely Christmas treats into there if we so desire. Then our box base, cut to exactly the same size piece of cardstock to start with, but obviously by scoring on our box base side of our Ultimate Pro, it means it's ever so slightly smaller so that our lid is going to fit perfectly over our base. And into the inside, we've got another piece of that cardstock from our Nature's Garden gnomes, just so we've got a little bit of detail that's going to go behind that aperture when we add the lid onto the base. And it's the same technique with the tabs for the base as it was for the lid. A little bit of our adhesive, like I say, it could be red liner or a tape pen, but plenty of adhesive onto there, so we're going to have a nice, strong and stable box base. Just reinforcing those score lines to make sure that we're going to get a nice crisp fold onto there. And then we can start to build our box by just sticking those tabs together. You'll find lots of tutorial videos on building boxes. I know Craig did a scoreboard special this Sunday, I believe it was.
Oh, okay.
So if you are wanting to know a little bit more about our scoreboards, how to put together boxes, that's a great one to go and watch back. That was a starter skills show, I do believe. But it is so easy to pop your boxes together. When you've got dies like this, using them with no thread at all, creating a box, using lots of different pens in your crafty stash. Perhaps you've got your illustrators, perhaps you've got some of your glitter markers. Use those with your embroidery frame dies to create that faux stitching effect. But doesn't it look fabulous? Equally as nice, whether it's real stitching or faux stitching.
Absolutely love that. I seriously think that is a big contender for demo of the show. We'll be getting the vote going on that in just a second. Hey to Gwenda G, who says, I took the day off from work so I can finish my Christmas cards to mail by Thursday. Oh yeah, it'll be last post, won't it, if you're mailing Thursday. And give out at work Friday and church and Sunday. We are going to be making our Christmas cards, I think, potentially this weekend, and sort of hand them out to family and friends. For those of you that came to the show, I think we're going to be using the little craft kit, because that was fun. Jamie, unbelievable. He's just gone, oh, is there any in the box out there? Because I need to nick some. Jamie, who was it you nicked a card for earlier in the year? That was for Father's Day, wasn't it? He nicked a card. He nicked a card out of the box, because we have the cards that if they don't win demo of the show, whatever, we keep those, give them away for people who join us in competitions and whatnot. So he found a card out there that he really liked to give for his dad for Father's Day. Said Dad on the front. Oh, this will do. Open it up. Happy birthday. Brilliant. Jessica just saying, I feel like the embroidery dies might look good in silver matte or mirror, so it resembles punch tin. Nice. That's a lovely idea. And thank you, Jill, who says, Ben, did you know you can get adult dot-to-dot books? I did not know that. Many dots, intricate designs. I think I might put that on my Christmas list. I love a good old dot-to-dot. You lose loads of hours just having fun with those. For Holidays Design, just saying, what a beautiful box. Quick look at the dies that you're going to get. Then we'll get the vote going on the demo of the show. So it's your embroidery frame dies and the thread. You're going to get the 4 different designs. So this is the beautiful wreath of roses. Then you're going to get the heart. That one's your floral heart. I like these last 2 best, actually. The swirly leaves and then the beautiful butterflies, as you say. So much detail in there. And like we said, you know what? If you do want to kind of do the faux embroidery, faux stitching, you can using all of your pens and stuff. But actually, we're going to give you all of the threads included in there too, so that you can do that embroidery nice and simply. It's not going to be the quickest craft that you've ever done, but I think that's not the point, is it? You're buying this because you've got some beautiful dies in there. You've got all of the thread that you need. You're going to be doing this as a wonderful project, maybe to do over the course of a few evenings. And like we said, potentially it might be something that then leads you down another sort of soft craft aisle, and you kind of like this so much that you then come back and maybe take up more embroidery. Maybe you join us on a Friday for our softer side shows because you like these so much. However it works for you, you're going to get all of these within this bundle with a saving of almost £12. $13.76 you're saving in the US. Platinum price is £35.99 or $42.39. Let's get the vote going because we've got 2 votes to do in the last 9 minutes. So, demo of the show. This is going to be tough. Recap us what you've made, Lily.
So at the very start of the show, using that brand new craft kit to create this easel card, that's demo number 1. Demo number 2, we did a little bit of hand embroidery using those fabulous new embroidery frame dies. That is demo number 2. Demo number 3 was back to that fabulous new craft kit. Lovely pink tones in this one. Demo number 3. And then finally the one we've just put together, a little bit of faux stitching using our embroidery frame dies. That's demo number 4. So 1, 2, 3 or 4, get those votes in.
You've got about 3 minutes, probably less than that, 2.5, 3 minutes to get your vote in there. And then, of course, we will do the demo of the day. Must just show you, I'm gutted. Well, I'm not gutted because you guys will have had the opportunity to pick it up. But we've launched our heat tool, haven't we? With the foam, which I just think is amazing. The heat and mould stamping foam. Saw this on the HSM preview that I did just before I went off on tour with Sarah. Jaw hit the floor moment with this. I mean, the heat tool is amazing, of course. 2-speed heat tool, so you know, great for all of the things you would use your heat tool for your drying, for your heat embossing. You know, if you like to use your shrink plastics, all those kind of things. Really, really fantastic tool. However, for me, the winner with this is the foam. I mean, well, I'll show you the little swatch that we've got here. So basically, you're getting your foam. You then are going to be choosing the thing that you want to, you know, create your stamp with, I suppose. You're heating up your foam, and then you're basically inking it all up, and you can create the most amazing stamps. And the thing that I didn't get with this, first off, is that I thought once you'd used the foam, that was it. But of course, you can reuse it again and again and again and again.
It's amazing. So all you need to do is just clean the ink off, then reheat it, and it just goes back to its original shape. It's literally like magic. It is incredible.
But look at these, like,
I know.
You're going to be going around your house, aren't you, thinking, like, what can I create? Look at that scrunched tin foil.
I tell you what I was doing as well. When I was out on runs, I was sort of looking around and thinking, shall I gather these twigs? Can I take these leaves? Is anybody watching? You know, coming back with full pockets of things to press into my... You can laugh, but you can imagine me doing it.
I thought the local area is looking nice and clean and tidy. You've just been picking up litter all the way around, haven't you?
It's funny because you look into your craft stash first and you think, right, what can I use? What charms have I got? What stamps? What dies am I going to use? And then you start to look around the house. You look for your screws and nails. Then you look in the garden. You look at the old leaves that you've seen. You look, maybe you've taken a trip down to the beach. Maybe you've got shells that you're going to press into it. It's absolutely fabulous. There's so many different options. The best advice I can give is give it a go.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got something in your crafty stash, you think, will it work? Give it a go. At the end of the day, like we've just said, if it doesn't work, all you do, reheat that foam and just try again.
It
but
literally doesn't matter.
Experimenting, absolutely.
I mean, and again, this, I mean, there's tons on here. I don't know if I get time to show you all, but zips on here, you've seen pegs on there, keys, paper clips, the buttons that you've got. And I noticed, just reading on the back as well, that it sort of recommends maybe sort of spritzing before you apply as well.
Yeah, so what I do with mine, so I'll heat it first to warm it up. Make sure it's nice and warm. You'll get the best impression if your foam is more hot than lukewarm. Then press your item in, whatever it might be. And don't worry, it does not damage. Whatever you're using to create that impression is not damaged by pressing it into the foam. That will create your impression. And then what you need to do is ink up like you would a stamp, and then at that point potentially spritz. So it's great to use something like a water reactive ink. That means you'll just get more value, you'll get more impressions from that one inking, and then just stamp as you would normally. But keys,
let's just pause there for a second because I want to show you more, but I just want to give you the vote for the demo of the show, then we can do the demo of the day. We'll come back to that. Demo of the show.
Yep.
What do you reckon?
2.
4.
4. It's coming over.
It's coming over. So just 2 to choose from for demo of the day, because obviously we had Craft Vault earlier, so we did not do any demos. So, numero uno is the Fishes card that she made earlier on from Wake Up Call from the brand new craft kit. So that is number 1. And number 2 is the one that you have just voted for with Lily, that gorgeous box with the embroidery frame dies. So 1 or 2, you've got about 2 minutes to get your vote in on that set. On that vote. Sorry, I'm just going to go back to these very quickly to see what else we can create stamps with. So you've got keys. You must nearly be through, but it's just really interesting to look. What's that? Little metal embellishments. I love the scrunched tinfoil that we saw earlier. Elastic bands. No. Do you know what? I've looked through this and I'm thinking, oh, elastic bands we've seen, like nails, paper clips. It's a great way to create backgrounds for more masculine cards as well.
Definitely, yeah, that's what I was saying on Friday. How fabulous for teenage cards as well as your masculine makes. Can get really funky with these. Think of all the different things you're going to be using. I mean, one of our DT members used an old bit of carpet. I mean, it gives fabulous texture for your backgrounds. I love that one. Pasta. I mean, why not? Just fantastic. Wow.
What's the best ink to use as well? Because I know someone will probably ask that if they're new to this.
Yeah, I found the best one is water reactive. As I'm spritzing before, I'm actually stamping, so you can get multiple impressions. But absolutely try all of them. you know, I don't think there's any reason why you shouldn't be trying any of them. At the end of the day, just wash it off if it doesn't work. Scoring board, literally all you have to do, heat up your foam, press it onto your scoring board, and you get that amazing effect. It's incredible. Hessian, love that one.
This goes to show as well that you literally will be trying it on everything.
Everything,
like the scoreboard.
Yeah.
So like Hessian fabric.
Screws. I know, it's just daft, isn't it? Isn't it brilliant? I mean, metal chains, fabulous. Imagine using a bit of gilding wax on that design. It's going to look amazing. But it just keeps going, doesn't it? Incredible. And I can't wait to see what you guys at home are going to come up with as well.
Back to the start there, but it's brilliant. And don't forget, the price that you've seen on screen there is for the heat tool and your stamping foam as well, your 4-piece set. £23.98 or $29.52. I think you really have got to grab this, and whilst a lot of you I think will potentially already have heat tools, you haven't got the Crafter's Companion heat tool, and if you if you want to have the full set.
I'll be honest, I've got about 3 other heat tools. They've all been shoved to the back of the cupboard. I want that one out on my craft desk. I want that matching with my Gemini, with my glue gun. It looks good. I don't care that I've got some others. These are absolute fabulous quality with them being Crafter's Companion, and of course the all match, which we love.
It's been such a great day. It's been so lovely to be back. As much as I've thoroughly enjoyed being away on tour, it's nice to be back home. We've got another great day in London tomorrow. Lily's in with Debbie Robinson tomorrow for Wake Up Call. Got a brilliant masterclass coming up, all things Spectrum Noir from 2 o'clock. Then 6 o'clock tomorrow night, we've got Beautiful Beginnings, where we're going to look at the door reveal stamping dies, the Angel collection, and your fancy frame dies as well. So that's all to come tomorrow with me, with Lily, and with Debbie. What has won, though? The demo of the day.
What have we got?
1.
Woo, go Debbie.
Well done, Debbie. 2 really, really lovely projects. I think that would have been a close vote.
Quite different as well, which I think is quite nice to show 2 totally different styles. So well done, Debbie, and get well soon, Debbie, if you're watching. Hopefully she's getting some rest.
Thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show. It's been great to be back. Massive thank you to Lily as well for stepping in, because obviously Debbie was supposed to be here. She's not feeling too well. She's got a bit of the flu. So thank you to you for coming in.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you for coming back to work. Remembering what you look like.
Thank you to Chloe on the socials as well. Also a massive thank you to Jamie and George and to Tracy, always working very hard behind the scenes as well. That's it. Make sure you get those baskets checked out. If you haven't yet checked out £10 Tuesday, $10 Tuesday, that's still, of course, live until the end of the day. Of course, if you've missed anything on the show today, you can hit the Shop the Show or Shop the Day button to pick up the deals, items that we've got left. That craft vault as well with the bonus points, still items live from that. But that is it for today. Lily and Debbie will see you in the morning for Wake Up Call. I'll see you tomorrow afternoon with Debbie for that masterclass. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow here on Crafters TV. Bye.